guys, welcome back to another video, and this one is a hero review for the newest game, Legends of Kingdom Rush. I say it's a legend review, but we're now reviewing the legendary Rexon. I know I'm starting like from the last guy, should I start with Gerald? But let me just start with Rexon. Rexon is, well, you see the stats, he has good damage, it's decent health, no bad armor, and he's very fast. That's a good thing because he's a less cannon. But I don't think speed carries it all because going to the front lines doesn't help a lot. 6 health is just decent, so he can take a lot of hits, but he can do some damage. He is from Origins, hailing from a distant land, Rexon finds a Lineria menaced by dark forces, prompting him to put his blades to work again. Because he is from Origins, like almost every hero here has been seen before, except for the Sorcerers and the Zapper, but they're based on the things we've seen before. And now, his traits. He has Auric Heal. It is pretty good. It heals some HP wherever he kills an enemy. Like, when he uses his blades, he kills an enemy, he gets 1 HP. Eldritch Siphon. Resists some magic damage whenever he is hit with magic damage. Enters Eldritch State used to trigger epic effects. Never reduction 1, state duration 1 turn. And yes, from the mages, like in the normal squid mages or whatever they're called, when they hit him, they can do like 1 to 3, but sometimes 0 because of his Eldritch Siphon. It has a cooldown, so I think it has a cooldown. This is used to trigger epic effects. You will see very soon. Keen Focus. This one is his most redeeming passive. Gains extra damage until next turn if the character ends their turn without using any skills. So when you're trying to like build up with like the boosting the Eldritch Focus, you can boost your damage another 2. Actually no, you can do that. I don't think that's how it works, but you can still build up him to do a lot of damage. Using any of his abilities like this one or this one, it will just do a lot of damage. And on to the next one then is Vicious Lunge. It lunges towards an enemy to deal damage, landing on an adjuvant-free hex afterwards. When an Eldritch State deals additional damage, damage 4 to 6, epic damage plus 3, range is 3, which is pretty decent, and it requires a free hex adjustment to the target. I think this ability is pretty cool, pretty good. It does decent damage when you make Rexon high level, like he does 11 damage. Like he can just do pretty much a lot of damage. When he's max, he does 9 damage, so he is really a glass cannon. This ability shows it all. It's just a level 2 ability and it's pretty good already. I say this one's a 7 out of 10. It's a pretty viable thing, but if you launch towards like a lot of wolves or orcs, you instantly die, so I don't advise you to do that. And now, on to Shadow Uppercut. Shadow Uppercut is a pretty cool ability. It's when you get him to level 2, you get Shadow Uppercut. It's the first one you unlock. It's like, yeah, it's just the first one you unlock. And it does good damage. Strikes a target with an uppercut that does damage. And swaps places with Rexon. I think that's okay. When an Eldritch deals additional damage like normal, epic damage plus 2, it does 5 damage in normal, and when you have more damage, it does more damage. It is a melee attack move, and there's a pretty long cooldown of 3 turns. This move is, it's just its normal move, but no, it's just its lunge, but melee. I think it's just no lunge, the lunge with no RNG, because it's 5 damage. Like, it's just 5 damage. It's set, and I think it's okay, but I don't advise you to use this one. Like, the others are a better option. Yeah, the tier 2 one, level 2 ones. And I'll rate this a 6. It's okay. Bloodveil. Dispense HP to cast a shield on himself to negate all attacks for next hit. So next hit you will take no damage. It's a 3 turn cooldown, pretty long. It costs 3 HP. That's a lot. It should have cost 2, but I think it's okay. But Rexon needs his HP. It's to himself, and it needs 4 HP to be cast, of course. It is an energy symbol one, so it gives you another turn after casting the spell or the whatever the ability. I say this is a it's pretty underwhelming actually. I say it's a 4 or 5 out of 10. Eldritch Focus. This one is what I'm talking about. It removes all debuffs, heals HP, and gives an attack bonus. And it has an energy symbol, so it will give you an extra turn for you to attack or move. It's a 3 turn cooldown, like always. It heals 1, 2, or 3 based on it heals like 1 or 2 based on the level. I think sometimes it heals 3. Attack bonus is +1. That's pretty good. Focus duration 1. aka how long it lasts. It ranges, of course, himself. This one is better than those two by far. It gives you an extra turn and damage. It heals you, it gives you more attack, and it negates all debuffs, removes all debuffs. And I think this one is a 9.5 out of 10. It's very good. Vindicator, Rexon's first level 3 ability. Hits the target with a revenge field strike that deals double his missing health as damage and then restores some HP. So, like, if you get him to like 11 health and he has 1 left, he will do 20 damage or 22. That is pretty nuts. That is like what Avenging Blade does for Gerald. But you need to lose the health, which is very easy because Rexon is so fragile. But it also heals back the health, healing 3 in the process, which is very good. It heals like 9 if you get to max, or 12, I'm not sure. But it heals. And this ability is pretty good. It is especially good for bosses and mini bosses. This is a 8 out of 10. His second ability, Eldritch Fury. It has a 4 turn cooldown, it fully heals his health and enters a focus state. Starts the next turn dealing damage to all adjacent enemies equal to his missing HP and loses his focus state. This means like, just go to like an enemy. Go into an enemy square, but don't let the enemy kill you. Like, the enemy can only do decent damage. It cannot do like a lot of damage, and the enemies can like have not a lot of health. It does a lot of damage actually. It does if you have 10 health, it does like 10 damage in 1 hex radius, which is pretty decent. And if you trigger an Eldritch state, you get healed, get healing, which is good. So I say this ability is 7 out of 10. On to Rexon's final ability, Twilight Step, as a 3-turn cooldown. Phases between up to 3 enemies of up to 1 hex away from each other, damaging units shot before returning to the starting hex. When in Eldritch state, deals additional damage. It does 5 damage. If you level up his attack like twice, it does like 7, and if it's Eldritch state, it does like 8. So that is pretty nuts. Onto 3 enemies. So that does 24 damage if all the 3 enemies in the 1 hex radius. 24 damage is a very good. It's so good as a crowd control too. 24 damage can do half of your total and deal total damage deal 50 damage in 1 single round achievement. The all-out attack achievement. This ability is the better out the other 2. This one, I say, it's almost perfect. With the synergy of your keen focus and your Eldritch focus, it does like 3 additional damage. With added 2 damage, it does 5, so it does 10. With Eldritch state, it does 11. 11 damage to 3 enemies is very good. And I say this one is a 10 out of 10. Probably I use it a lot, but it's very good. Conclusion: Rexon is a good hero. A lot of people say he's a very bad hero, or the worst hero, but I don't think that way. He does a lot of damage. He's a glass cannon. He does a lot of damage. He can tank some shots, so that's pretty decent. And he has good crowd control if you use him right. And he can heal himself, so you don't need anyone to heal him. Like, you don't need the witch doctor to heal him. He is just all around solid, even better than solid. I say he's actually 9 out of 10. 8.5. 9 out of 10 just... I think I'm a bit biased because he's my favorite hero and I like it so much. But I'll give him an honest review of 9 out of 10. Not 9, 8.5. He's just all around a great hero. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Farewell.
Get out of